In the kitchen now with Karen Doster from the Wisconsin Milk Marketing Board. Always great to see you, Karen.
Good to see you too.
So I'm excited. We're doing cheesecakes today. Karen is doing 2 different cheesecakes. So if you're looking for a new dessert cheesecake recipe, stick around. We've got a no-bake chocolate hazelnut cheesecake coming up a little later in the show. But this is what I'm super excited about, is a savory cheesecake. So don't think dessert. This is not dessert at all. It really is more of an appetizer, correct?
It's perfect for an appetizer. And you know, all cheesecakes or many cheesecakes start with like cream cheese as the kind of the traditional base, Wisconsin cream cheese. You can also use like ricotta cheese or mascarpone cheese. Those are great choices as well, but they all just carry the flavors that you add to them. And this one's actually baked, but it's a super easy baked one. Sometimes cheesecakes you have to put in a water bath. Nothing like that. Just goes in the pan, you bake it, and you're done. So,
and you can get it done ahead of time, and it presents beautifully. It's something totally different. So I'm going to get started. So I've got a few tablespoons of butter over here.
Right, and a shallot, large shallot that we've minced up, and we'll be adding that later.
Okay.
I'm using a 9-inch springform pan, and traditionally cheesecakes have a springform pan so that you can remove the sides. I buttered it, and actually I put some parchment paper in it. I like to do that because it does help to release it from the bottom.
Okay.
I'm going to add about 3 tablespoons of some dried breadcrumbs that are seasoned, and that's going to be kind of your base. You can actually refrigerate that for a little while just to kind of get the butter a little bit more solid and it will stick.
Okay.
Then what we're going to do is take our cream cheese, and really key to, I'll let you pick that up there. Any cheesecake like this is to use the full fat version and to get it to room temperature.
Okay.
Okay, because that way it's going to mix up a little bit better.
So just 1 block?
No, we're going to use 2.
2 blocks of cream cheese that we've let soften a little bit, and we didn't get the low fat or anything like that. For this, you really need to get the full, the full deal.
All right, you want to get that mixing now.
Yep.
And get it nice and fluffy. Now this cheesecake not only uses the Wisconsin cream cheese, it also uses Wisconsin blue cheese.
Yum.
So that's really what's adding something a little bit different to this. And that's going to provide some earthiness, some great flavor as well. And so once that's mixed up, we're going to add actually 2 cups of crumbled Wisconsin blue cheese.
Okay, I'll go ahead and
we'll put
that
in there.
So mix that cream cheese
a little
bit
longer. And all 2 cups.
The nice thing about it, though, is it does mellow. The mixture of the cream cheese and mellows out the blue cheese a little bit.
Yes, it does.
And some sour cream.
And we're going to add about ½ a cup of sour cream, well, actually about 2/3 cup. That's going to add some moisture and some tartness to it as well. So we're going to get that all mixed together.
So cream cheese, 2 cups of blue cheese, and a little bit of sour cream.
Right. Now, since this is baked, this is why we're going to be putting eggs in it. That's going to allow it to solidify and puff up a little bit.
Okay, so we have 3 eggs.
So we'll add the 3 eggs, and we're going to mix that in. Okay, get that going there.
And our shallots, which are just kind of you'll find them right near the garlic and the onions. They're just a little mild of flavor. They're just getting nice and soft.
Right. And once they're sauteed and nice and soft, you could just remove them from the heat.
Okay.
Okay. And that looks like you might want to mix that up a little bit.
Yeah, just kind of scrape the sides of the bowl.
Yeah, a little bit there, because you do want it to be well blended and uniform. And that blue cheese kind of melts into the rest of the batter there. So, you know, you see kind of a little bit of lumps, but not too much. Okay. So once that's ready, now we're going to add the shallots.
Okay.
And we also have, along with the butter, some great herbs in there. We have a tablespoon of minced basil.
Okay.
And a tablespoon of minced oregano.
Okay.
If you don't have the fresh, you can use the dry. Just use a little bit less than that.
Okay.
And also a little bit of white pepper. And the white just so that it kind of blends with the other colors in there.
This is looking fantastic.
Isn't that good?
Yeah.
So we mix that in, and then finally we're going to add one of the stars as well, as the artichokes. What I use is a can of artichokes, drained it, and then chopped it up.
Okay.
So it's kind of a rough chop, so it will blend thoroughly throughout the batter. So that goes in, and you just want to mix it in. You don't need to beat it anymore. All right, and then we just pour it into our pan.
Okay.
And now your oven has been set to 375 degrees. And you want to put this in there for maybe 45 minutes, depending on your oven.
Did you put a pan underneath that springform pan?
I did. I put it on foil,
Okay.
but you know, it didn't leak at all, so
Okay,
you really
good.
didn't
Good
need
to
to.
know, good to
so I don't know whether that's really necessary.
So just kind of get that
Yeah.
breadcrumbs. Did you get rid of the excess breadcrumbs?
Nope.
Nope, just
Nope,
leave them
just
down
leave it
there
all in
because
there.
they'll,
Yeah.
okay, they'll kind of help. Okay.
And that goes in there. So 35, 45 minutes till it gets kind of puffed up.
Now my question to you is, do you want to serve this warm? Do you want to serve at room temperature? You know, can you make this ahead?
Well, you can make it ahead. Definitely most cheesecakes you want to refrigerate after it's done.
Okay.
Overnight, preferably, but at least 4 hours.
So
What
it
that
cuts?
does, so
Okay.
that it makes it nice and creamy that way. It kind of it melds all the flavors together and cuts well.
So you don't need to serve this warm at
no,
all?
No,
Okay.
I would say room temperature
room
when
temperature.
you're ready to.
Okay.
So that again goes in the oven
I'm going to get every little last
for
bit out
yeah,
here.
35,
Okay.
45 minutes.
Okay.
And when you do remove it from the oven, you're going to want to let it sit out for about 10 minutes before you add the next ingredient. Because
Okay.
there is a little bit more to this.
Okay. All right.
to
So
make it delicious. all
here,
right?
well, this will go into the oven, and we have
Right.
one that's already baked.
Yeah, actually right here. I've
Okay,
let this
so it's
cool.
beautiful.
So this is what it looks like. Now what we're going to do is add another, and you're going to help me decorate
You
here,
bet.
2/3 cup of sour cream. And that's going to kind of spread around. And this is going to go back in the oven for about 5 minutes,
Okay.
just to kind of warm it up
Okay.
and help the sour cream to stick. So we put that all on there. And then you can decorate with the artichoke quarters around the perimeter, just like we've done with our finished product there.
How pretty.
Isn't that fun?
Uh-huh.
And
then,
really easy.
and you can, have it completely done, but it's going to be
Mm-hmm.
a real wow factor. Now, here's how you serve it. It would be wonderful with grapes or pears,
Mm-hmm.
some crackers or some bread. You can spread it. You can,
Right.
eat it with, with a fork.
Just with a fork too, and it's just
yeah.
like a piece of cheesecake. This would be a serving. You could put that out and everyone could take a cracker, but it'd be gone pretty quick.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
that would be a serving like an appetizer, and it's just delicious.
Wow, looks fantastic.
And that's actually on our website, eatwisconsincheese.com. We are featuring cheesecakes this month, so you'll see that and the next one I'm going to show you, and many others too.
It looks really tasty. I can hardly wait to dive in. Coming up, as Karen mentioned, she's going to make a no-bake chocolate hazelnut cheesecake, perfect for Valentine's Day. And if you're looking for the recipe, again, you can get the recipe for the savory blue cheese artichoke cheesecake on our website or the website, your website.
Eatwisconsincheese.com.
All right, we'll be back with some more fun with cheese, so stay with us.